I'm so glad you're here because today's video might be just what you need right now. We're talking about something a lot of us go through, but don't always know how to deal with. That feeling of being stuck. Like no matter how much you want to move forward, life just isn't cooperating. Maybe you've been working hard but feel like you're not making any progress, or maybe you're dealing with doubts that are keeping you from even starting. If you're feeling that way, know that you're not alone. This video is for you, and we're going to take things step by step. By the end of this, I hope you feel a little lighter and a little more ready to take on whatever comes next. Let's start by just recognizing that feeling stuck is okay. A lot of times, we think there's something wrong with us if we're not making fast progress, if we're not always productive. But sometimes, feeling stuck is actually life's way of giving us a hint that we need to pause and reflect. It's a signal to take a deeper look at what we really want, what's working and what's not. So, instead of fighting this feeling, let's try something different. Let's try accepting it. Give yourself permission to feel this way without judgment. Now, the first piece of advice I'd give is to take the pressure off yourself. A lot of the stress we feel comes from the expectations we put on ourselves or those that we think others have for us. We see people moving forward and think we should be doing the same. But let me tell you, everyone has their own timeline. Just because someone else seems to be moving faster doesn't mean you're behind. This is your journey. So take a moment to breathe, let go of that pressure, and understand that it's okay to go at your own pace. One thing that can really help is to take action in small steps. Sometimes we look at our goals and dreams and they just feel so big, so far out of reach. It's easy to feel overwhelmed. So instead of focusing on the end result, focus on what you can do today, even if it seems small. Maybe it's reading a single page of a book you've been wanting to start. Maybe it's reaching out to one person who inspires you, or even just getting out of bed a little earlier. These small actions are like tiny building blocks. They might not seem significant on their own, but over time, they create a foundation that can lift you up and help you move forward. What if we talk about setting a new goal, but hear me out, this goal doesn't have to be big or life-changing. Sometimes we put too much weight on our goals, and that just adds more pressure. Instead, think of something that genuinely excites you, something you'd look forward to doing. It could be learning a new skill, exploring a different hobby, or even starting a simple project. This goal isn't about achievement. It's about doing something that makes you feel alive and engaged. When you have something to look forward to, it helps you feel like you're moving in a positive direction. Another thing that can be really powerful is connecting with people. When we're stuck, it's easy to pull away and isolate ourselves, thinking that no one will understand. But sometimes, talking to someone, even just one person, can make all the difference. Maybe it's a friend, a family member, or someone you trust. Just having someone to share your thoughts with, to listen, can be so comforting. You don't have to go through this alone, and sometimes others can give us a new way of looking at things. They can help us see possibilities we might not have noticed on our own. Now, let's talk about gratitude. You might think this is an odd suggestion when you're feeling stuck, but it's surprisingly effective. Start each day by taking a moment to think of a few things you're grateful for. It could be the smallest things: having a roof over your head, a warm cup of coffee, a supportive friend. When we focus on gratitude, it shifts our attention away from what's not working to what we do have. It doesn't change your situation overnight, but it does help bring some light into your day. And when you're in a more positive state of mind, it's easier to feel hopeful and find motivation. While you're working through this, remember that progress can be slow, and that's okay. Sometimes, we don't see change right away, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Think of it like planting a seed. At first, you don't see anything. It just looks like dirt. But below the surface, things are happening, roots are growing, and eventually you'll see something break through. Trust that things are moving, even if you can't see them yet. Be patient with yourself and trust the process. And while we're talking about progress, Let's also talk about setbacks. When we're trying to get unstuck, it's natural to have ups and downs. There will be days when you feel motivated, and there will be days when you feel like you're back to square one. This is part of the journey, and it doesn't mean you're failing. It's like climbing a mountain. Sometimes you slip, sometimes the path gets steep, but as long as you keep going, you're moving up. Celebrate the small victories, and don't beat yourself up over the setbacks. I also want to encourage you to explore your inner world. Sometimes, feeling stuck comes from not being fully connected with ourselves. Take some time to really think about what you want in life, what brings you joy, and what your values are. It's easy to get lost in the expectations of others, but this is your life. When you know what truly matters to you, it becomes easier to make decisions that align with who you are, and that can help guide you out of that stuck feeling. Finally, give yourself permission to make mistakes. Sometimes, we're so afraid of failing or making the wrong choice that we don't move at all. But mistakes are part of life. They teach us, they help us grow, and they show us what doesn't work so we can find what does. Don't let the fear of failure hold you back. Take small risks, make those moves, and know that every experience, even the tough ones, is helping you become stronger. So, if you're feeling stuck, remember this. You're not alone, and this isn't the end of your story. It's a chapter, a part of your journey, and it has meaning. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you want. I hope this video gave you some ideas and comfort to keep going. If it did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content like this, and share it with someone who might need to hear these words. Thanks for watching, and remember, you're stronger than you think, and you've got this. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.